pangalan ako ay Manish Mudgal. Salamat sa oras niyo. Um, Hindi ako marunong mag-Tagalog, pero asawa ko pagalit away ako. So I do intindihan konti. So I understand a little bit. Well, over the next 15-20 minutes, I'll talk about what does it mean to be a digital business, right? We have heard about that being future-ready, digital businesses, disruption over the last 1.5 days now. So we'll talk about what does it mean to be a digital business, what does it mean to succeed in the digital economy. And it's not just companies, the new companies, like we've seen companies like Uber, Airbnb, we've heard about them over the last couple of days. What's making them successful? What makes them successful is that they are able to bring products, services to all of us here at a very fast pace, driven by software. And it's not just companies like the new companies, like an Uber or a Airbnb or a Nike or ING. It is 100-year-old companies like GE. And they realize that they need to become software companies if they want to survive for the next 100 years. We heard yesterday that the average lifespan of a Fortune 500 company has gone down from 90 years to 15 years, right? Companies realize that if they want that 15 years, or if they want to be not in those 15 years, they need to reorient themselves as software companies. Hence, they are putting software now in their in their washing machines, in their equipment, in their trucks, in their cars. All of us heard about Tesla. It's not a car anymore. It's a computer on 4 wheels. It is driven completely by software. And because of that, it's almost like every day that you wake up, you can be in a new car. And that's exactly why, in a week of their launch, they had enough bookings in terms of number of cars. It is more than what Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Porsche have sold in their entire lifespan. And that's the power of a software-driven digital economy. And what does it mean? VMware has been at the forefront of helping customers. We're at a unique position now. We've driven server virtualization for the last 15 years now. And over the last couple of years, we've taken that from servers to storage to networks. And we are actually helping organizations, we are helping customers move themselves into the digital economy to transform their infrastructure, to keep pace for their businesses to be able to drive that. What does it mean for, like I said, what does it mean for us to be part of the digital economy, to be able to use that digital economy to our advantage? It comes down to 4 key business priorities, and it's like the other face of the same coin, where the IT priorities are completely aligned to those business priorities. And those ones are, number 1, to create exceptional experiences for our users, be it our customers, be it our own salespeople, be it our partners, the entire ecosystem. Be able to create exceptional experience for them to be able to work with you. And that means to go and mobilize and to create mobile access, mobile experience for everything that we have. The second one, being able to differentiate with data and applications. Before the iPhone, what did we have? We had phones, which could probably do a little bit things like email, which could obviously make calls. We could send an SMS. Then came an iPhone. Did iPhone revolutionize the industry? Most of us would say yes. But it is not the iPhone. Even the iPhone could only make calls and in the beginning wasn't very good at even that. It's the ecosystem that it spawned. It allowed people to create applications, to use that platform, and that's what revolutionized our industry. And hence, being able to differentiate ourselves with data and applications, and hence, for us to think about how do we deliver new applications, how do we modernize our old applications, and not allow that to become a hindrance for our users. The third one is being able to instantly respond to opportunities. In today's world, all of us do understand that if we are not able to respond to an opportunity, our competitors will. And they will eat our lunch. They will, and there is no space nowadays for somebody who moves late or who moves last or the second mover. The first mover does take that opportunity, does seize that opportunity. It's become very true that the early bird does catch the worm nowadays, right? And hence, being able to future-proof our infrastructure, future-proof our cloud, that's the third one. And last and not the least, we are seeing organizations losing millions of dollars. We're seeing organizations losing their own goodwill, their name, because of security. And hence, having safeguards, having trust in that brand, and hence having security as an integral part of everything that we architect. So those are the four things that we believe customers, all of us need to be able to drive us into the digital economy. And I'll delve a little bit deeper into all of these. So in terms of experiences, we heard yesterday from some of the Dell folks like Chris, we heard about in Philippines, we have 47% internet access. I'm sure the mobile phone penetration is twice of that. It'll probably be in the range of 90% today in the country. Can any of us deny those users the experience of a cell phone? Can I tell any of you, hey, if you want to do business with me, you have to use a horse cart instead of a car? I can't do that. Hence, a mobile experience has become imperative. Over the weekend, since I was here, I came in a day early, and I decided to get outside of Manila. Went there. I couldn't have found that place where I went to on my own. I called the resort. They said, hey, download an app called Waze. I'll give you the Waze address of mine. That GPS will lead you here. I had no problem going there at all. If I had not, I wouldn't have seen sea turtles. I wouldn't have seen eels. I wouldn't have gotten scared of a very strong current while I was diving. But that's the power of a mobile experience. And hence it is imperative for us to go and transform our business to be able to provide those exceptional experiences to our customers. And today, VMware, we've gone to an entirely different paradigm of what it means for users to be mobile. Gone are the days of passwords, gone are the days of keys, tokens, and all of those things. How many times does it happen to all of us? All of us do use phones for our email and some of our enterprise applications. But when I'm on the road, sometimes I'd say, hey, I need to do something, but I need to input my software key, or I need to input 2 passwords to connect to my application. So I'll just hold on. Once I'm in front of my notebook, I'll do it there. A waste of time, a waste of productivity. Now, today, with this phone, it can use my fingerprint to log in into my internal IT. No more passwords, no more other keys. All I need is a fingerprint. Some of them have access to a retina scan up there as well. So you'll actually have to cut my thumb and take my eye out to be able to breach that security now. Extremely secure, mobile. It's not just about a VDI. It's about a desktop, a tablet, a phone, a consistent experience across all of those with the security of identity management layered on there. And along with Dell, we provide those solutions end-to-end to customers, from your data center, servers, storage, security, software, endpoints, all of those we provide along with Dell. And that's how we can help our customers actually go and truly create a completely revolutionary mobile experience for our customers. In the last 15 months, we've done more innovation on the mobile space than some companies have done in their 15 years of their lives. So that's the power of what we can do along with Workspace ONE. That's the name of our technology that we call, with AirWatch, that we use on these phones as a mobile device management platform. That's what we do today with our customers. And it's not just restricted to a cell phone or a tablet or a laptop. We heard from Gaurav yesterday that in Japan, they have Coke machines and they want to be able to have different flavors. In the US, they have mini bottling plants inside a Coke machine where you can actually create your own flavors. And today, we manage 30,000 of those machines with AirWatch, where if any of those flavors are running out, ingredients are running out, it changes what flavors are available. It informs the backend what's missing, what's running out, and it can be replenished on its own. On its own, it can be replenished very, very quickly. So that's the kind of connectivity, mobile experience that all of us need to drive as part of the digital economy. We're talking about applications. We have traditional applications which are mature, which are secure, which we've been running in our data centers. But now, today, we have a breed of applications which are coming up, which are cloud native. The example that I gave you, iPhone. iPhone didn't revolutionize the industry. It's the apps that those have revolutionized the industry. Salesforce, at its conference, does not talk about enhancements to Salesforce as a platform anymore. It talks about what are the enhancements that they're doing for application developers to be able to develop applications on their platform to connect to their platforms. That's what you're talking about as Salesforce. And with VMware, we provide a platform for our customers to create applications, manage applications, run applications, irrespective of where you want to deploy them, whether you want to deploy them in your data center, inside a Docker container, on a OpenStack platform with VIO. We provide that platform to our customers. And when you deploy those applications, we are entering into an era where we probably will end up going from silos of infrastructure, where we had silos of applications running on servers and storage. Hey, this silo is for this application, and this is for this application, to silos of clouds. This runs on my private cloud. This runs on AWS. This runs on Azure. This runs on somewhere else. Are we getting there? And that's why what we help our customers with is to be able to manage their entire infrastructure as one cloud. Be it your private cloud, be it a public cloud run using Amazon, be it a public cloud running VMware vCloud Air or Azure, being able to run your applications seamlessly, being able to actually literally move your applications onto the cloud and back as you deem fit, be able to provision your applications anywhere that you need to. And all of that linked with security, where you can apply the same security policies, whatever you apply in your data center or on the public cloud, extending that security blanket for yourself. And I would very much doubt that, not too many of you saw the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight. It's the largest pay-per-view event in the history of pay-per-view viewing. And that was made possible running with VMware NSX on the software-defined data center. having that security, having that blanket of security across all of that. And last, not the least, like I said, we cannot afford to have multiple policies, multiple security around our private cloud, have probably some less security on our public cloud, and have those anymore. It's becoming more and more important to make sure that your infrastructure is secure. You know, all of us have had, we've seen the news of security breaches and how it leads to millions of dollars of fraud in some of the largest reserve banks in the world, right? And that is why it is important to make security a part of the architecture, not an afterthought that we layer on. Security needs to become a part of the core. And that's exactly where VMware helps. VMware helps with things like NSX, where NSX can create a security layer as part of the infrastructure, as part of the architecture around even virtual machines. And irrespective of where you run that virtual machine, on your private cloud, or on AWS, or on Azure, or on VMware vCloud Air, or any of our other cloud partners, you can have the same security policies running across all of these ones. I don't know how many of you actually work with networks today, or actually literally work with networks. When was the last time we actually did a review of all of the security policies that we have, that we put in our infrastructure, in our data center? We don't do that anymore because we are scared that if we change something, something might break. Right now it's working fine, so allow it to work fine. Don't change anything. And that's exactly what, with software, you can actually create security policies depending upon workloads and be able to deploy them where you need to deploy them without worrying about, hey, something will break if I change something. It depends upon what security levels do I need, and hence what security levels I want to drive in my infrastructure. And that's exactly what we're able to do with our customers, with our with NSX as part of the technology. And it goes, probably all of us would agree, it does not grow more important or more secure than the US military, and all branches of US defense now use NSX. We have NSX running in probably 9 out of the top 10 banks in the world. And it's not just at a test or a small pilot stage. The average deployment of NSX today is more in the core, more in the data center-wide deployment rather than just pilots or small applications. NSX today, in terms of security, is growing faster than what virtualization or vSphere grew in the first couple of years of its existence. It's the fastest growing product that the software industry probably has seen in a long time. And that's because the value that it provides in terms of security being integral part of the IT architecture. So what it boils down to is our vision or our architecture for IT in this digital economy boils down to having one cloud, irrespective of whether it's your private cloud, whether it's any of the public clouds, you being able to run that as one cloud. It's not my cloud. It's not that, hey, this is my cloud and hence you run everything in this fashion. It is more your cloud, the way you define your applications, the way you define your infrastructure. And whether you, in your private cloud, whether you build your own. We heard from Chinwa in the morning a little while back about whether you use an appliance or you use a reference architecture, whether you build your own or you use converged infrastructure, as we heard from Ronnie a few minutes back, whether you're talking about a vBlock or you're talking about a VxRail, a hyperconverged infrastructure, whatever way you build it on, it's your cloud running as one single cloud. Being able to run any application on that, whether it's your existing legacy applications, whether those are cloud-born applications or new applications that you run, that you create for the cloud world. One cloud running any application, and obviously, probably, I couldn't emphasize the importance of that anymore, being able to access that from any device, anywhere. It's all about individuals, it's all about users. You cannot deny, what Chris said yesterday, average age of a Filipino today is 21 or 22 years. You cannot deny that population the ease of use. If you deny that, they will go and find somebody else who offers them that ease. They will go to your competitors and use their technology, use their products, use their services. So being able to access that from any device, anywhere. And that's exactly what we believe the architecture of IT needs to look like. And finally, it boils down to, like I said, the 4 key things: mobilize everything, which means talking about a digital workspace, being able to deliver new applications. Automation is key for that. It's actually about ruthlessly automating everything that we can find, everything that we can in our infrastructure. Being able to future-proof your investments. It's not just about future-proofing your investments or your cloud or your data center. It's about future-proofing your own business. And that's what the digital economy is about, without losing sight of security, without losing sight of making sure that we don't end up losing the goodwill, the faith that our customers have in our own organization because of a security breach. So that's what the digital economy means for us. And I'd love for you to please allow VMware, allow Dell, allow EMC, allow the Dell Technologies companies to work with you to deploy the solutions, deploy our expertise that we've gained across multiple such organizations, and bring that expertise, bring that technologies to you. Thank you very much, and appreciate it.